So I am Emmanuelle Huynh, French dancer and choreographer, and I'm directing at the moment the Centre National de Danse Contemporaine in Angers, which is a center and at the same time a school, an experimental school. I brought in Panorama Cribles Life, which is a piece about the fact of being together, and Mua, which is a solo that I made my first piece in 1995, which is a piece which looks from zero to something. What is an event? How is an event appearing? So it's one piece at the beginning of my work, and Cribles was made in 2009, so it's far in time. It's very far in time, but in a way I can feel what was already in Mua for Cribles coming. So actually, to be honest, it's really the fact that I was interested and I loved discovering Persephassa of Yannis Xenakis, the Greek composer. I was looking for music that could be as strong as the Rite of Spring of Stravinsky. And then I listened a lot to the 20th century, and I listened then to Xenakis and Persephassa. And then I was very interested by this music, and when I start to study about this music, I discovered that the musicians had to be around the public. And it was a very good thing, because I wanted to work on chodash, on the fact of handling hands, and then this music should be presented or should be played in a circle. So Xenakis was putting the audience in the middle and the musicians around. You know, he was an engineer working with Le Corbusier, so very aware of the space. And then I thought, well, I should just add dance in the middle also. So the dance and the public would be together, and the event would remain the music around. Actually, that's it. But then I had already this idea myself of working with hands attached. For me, it's really, there is a continuity of how the links work together, how the things come from each other, how solidarity and contact and information translated through bodies makes us strong or weak. Cribles is really very much about how being attached makes us stronger or stops us. And then they really progressed and improved very fast. It's a big pleasure, because they're really young and they really want and they love the piece, the Xenakis piece, and it's also a great opportunity to be together, so I loved it. And I really thank the Brazilian programmers to have, in a way, forced me to change partners, because naturally I would have said, no, I prefer to be with the French musicians because I'm sure of the result. I was afraid of the fact of not being sure of the result, and arriving here and not being sure, I was like, oh, pity, but they're very good and very sympathetic, so it's just pleasure. And actually I would like to tour a bit more here with them, so we'll try. Yes, we're in tour next week in France with this piece. And otherwise, I'm touring with the Japanese old Buto master. We make a duet. It's called Spiel, that means game in German. So we perform quite a lot. And there is another piece, a group piece called Augure, augures, that means something that starts. And it's again a group piece related to the fact of we content in ourselves plenty of kids of ourselves. For example, you've been, I don't know, you're 25 and And all the times that you were 1 or a very small baby, and 2 and 20, and everyone is inside you, and sometimes the baby is pushing to be out, and sometimes you say no, it's really the adult that should appear. So it's about the fact that we contain many times and many ages inside us, but we push them, we deny them to be social and to be normal. But it's a piece about, in a way, childhood and adults, the relationship that we have with our own child, I mean ourselves.